Well, first of all, we need to know what the sombrero flick is. Well, essentially, the sombrero flick is really just a kick over the head to get it behind you. But we need to break it down a little bit more than that. Well, the sombrero flick consists of literally just a flick that goes about 1 foot off the ground, and then our dominant foot should be kicking the ball over our head, completing the trick. But sadly, it's not as easy as it sounds. You need to keep in mind that we have to do all these movements in one fluid motion, and it's gonna be pretty fast. Now what all of you guys clicked on the video for, how to do the trick. Let me show you guys a quick example of how this trick works. There are 4 steps.
Yep, 4 steps only.
So what are those 4 steps? So, the first step, stepping beside the ball. Doing this actually creates momentum for when we are going to flick the ball. So when we do this, you want to make sure you're always doing this first before anything else in the sombrero flick. It should be something like this. Now, the next thing you want to do is actually use your other foot, and after stepping right beside the ball, step 2 should be stepping with your other foot kind of in front. As I've said before, this is creating some sort of momentum as if you were running, and it actually launches the ball up when you try to flick it. So right now, our trick should be looking something like this. Make sure you're not leaning too much over the ball like this, because in that instance, you won't be able to flick the ball up in the next step. Step 3, flicking the ball up above the ground. Great, so you've stepped with your dominant foot beside the ball and your non-dominant foot in front of the ball. Now what we're going to be needing to do is create momentum with that dominant foot, and we're going to simply flick the ball up. Right now our trick should be looking something like this. Keep in mind you want your knee to still be bent when you flick the ball up, almost looking something like this, because that's what gets you ready for the next part. So after you've gotten the ball to be flicked up frontwards or upwards, you want to actually extend your leg and just kick the ball by tapping it, and it should go over your head. Should be looking something like this so far. Step beside, step in front, flick, and kick it over your head. Another tip is that you have to always make sure that right after you bend your knee and kick the ball up, or rather flick it, you want to make sure right from there, instead of putting it down or waiting rather, you want to extend your leg, and that way you can get the ball faster over your head, and that should just make the trick better. That's all. Peace and bye.